Hi guys, this is Yasir Saeed, and today I'm going to show you how to create a cartoon portrait using Procreate on my iPad Pro using my Apple Pencil. So let's start. But before that, before we start, I would request that you subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so that every time I post a new video, you get notified. So let's get to it. So I bring in a photograph and I start developing it. I start with the nose, usually. I start with the nose. We'll start with the inking process. I'm working on a square format, a basic template that Procreate already has. So we'll start with the inking. I use the inking brush, studio brush that Procreate already has. So I'll start with that, finish the inking, which is the first step, which is the basic part. So I draw everything down. People usually think that when I'm drawing on top of a painting, it's somehow very easy. It's easy. It gets the proportions right. But that's the first step. That's where you start. That's the first step towards building the cartoon portrait. So I start with the inking process, and get the hair down. Getting all the lines in the proper place. All of this requires a lot of practice, and I do this on a daily basis. Some days pictures come out nice, sometimes they actually don't, but that's the whole idea. This should not discourage you in any way, and you need to keep on doing what you do and keep practicing, because every day the lines get better, the details get better, your understanding of the shadows and highlights, they get better. And that's the idea, and that's why I keep pushing myself every day. Some days it's literally a drag, and I don't want to paint, but then I push myself, I drag myself to paint again, and that's how I practice. So I've put down the base color of the skin, and then added a layer of shadows, and then it's a building process. So you keep building on layers after layers, and on the base color you add the first layer of shadows, and then you add another layer of shadows, and then you add highlights, getting the details right. So I always keep a reference next to where I'm painting. So in this case, I've opened a picture on the iPad in Apple Photos, and I keep that as my reference, and as I draw. So right now my style of drawing is basically I do a lot of very vector art inspired drawing, where I don't blend shadows and highlights. I don't blend details. I don't use the smudge tool. I just use vector styled lines to depict my shadows and my highlights. So it is a bit difficult to get the shadows, multiple layers of shadows and multiple layers of highlights to work together. But it's still a lot of fun. As I said, it requires a lot of practice, and getting this right is sometimes difficult. So this whole lockdown thing is helping me out in a way that, you know, I have enough time and a lot of time to actually work on these drawings. Otherwise, usually, you know, in my photo shoots and the kind of projects that I do, I usually don't get time, and I feel tired at times to draw, because I draw at night, and I have 3 to 4 hours every day to do something like this. But some days I feel really tired to actually do something like this. But because of the lockdown, we're working from home, so it gives me enough time to actually do this on a daily basis. And as I said, it requires a lot of patience. It requires a lot of practice to get something like this done. So when you do something like this, the whole objective is to train your eye to look at the picture and identify where the shadows and highlights are, and then try and get them on your canvas. So guys, this is how I paint, and this is how I finish the speed drawing. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click that bell icon so that every time I put in a new video, you get notified. So till next time, see ya.